Guys, gals, and my fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. I'm C28 and I'm mildly hungry. Anyway, let's get on to it. So, it's the 6th day of Principles of Music, the first day of the 3rd week, and we are going into the minor scales. So, I guess we can start from the very top. The main two things we went over today are the differences between a parallel minor and a harmonic, relative minor. Parallel minors and relative minors. What are those? So, and I learned this today, and I'm so glad I learned it because it's so helpful. Every minor scale is actually just a major scale that starts on a major sixth of the tonic of the major scale. That sounds like a bunch of gibberish, probably. Basically, get the first note of your major scale, and then go 5 notes higher than that to get to the 6th note of the scale, one being the tonic, and then you've arrived at the tonic for the minor scale. Now just keep playing it, and that is your relative minor. Every minor scale is like that. So there are actually only 12 keys, not 12 major keys, 12 minor keys. There are only 12 keys. Minor is just where you start it. And I imagine some modes might be like that too. And then of course, adding and subtracting notes. But anyway, that is your relative. It's when you go a major sixth above the tonic and start it from there and keep going. You also have parallel, which you can think of it as parallel lines. They start at the same bloody point and they have the same angle or whatever, Y-axis, no. X-axis, they start at the same x-axis, they end at the same x-axis after a certain amount of, that's so much math stuff. Basically, yeah, your parallel minors are going to start at the same tonic. It's a difference of F major versus F minor. That's making anything the same tonic but minor. And there's a fun little thing you can do for that as well. For that, instead of going major sixth up and continuing, because that won't work, that'll give you your relative minor of the major. To get your parallel minor of the major, what you do is you take the major third, major sixth, and major seventh notes, and you shift them down one semitone. And that's it. Very straightforward. Now, of course, there also is the method of just doing the sequence of whole, half, whole, half, whole, and you'll get your minor scale. But basing it off of the major scale is a very smart way to learn minor scales because it shows you how they're interconnected, and enables you to more fluidly understand the differences between, or lack of differences, honestly, between major and minor scales. So, yeah, that's what we did today in lecture. And in lab, we had 2 different lab activities. The first lab activity was we were essentially just doing the same we did with the major scales. I showed you, I think it was like the first day of class, where we're going up and down, playing them. But the assignment had it such that we're not given the minor scale we had to do. It would say, play the parallel minor of G flat. Play the relative minor of C major. And yeah, it would then be our job to go and figure out what that is and then play it and then submit it. And then the other part of lab was just kind of fun. You had to make a melody in any minor scale. C minor, actually, wait, that's not true. Inverse of what the major one was, where we had to make a major harmony, major melody. We could only use the C minor scale for the melody. So of course I played not sus and very sus, C minor. Yeah, so that was that. I've got a keyboard cafe assignment due, I think tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it right after this video. Keyboard cafe, I don't know if I brought it up before, but it's a training platform that our instructor makes. We can download this little application, and then it runs us through some training. We do some practice, and then we get tested on our understanding with MIDI notes and keyboard. And if you don't have one of these, which if you're in recording arts, you aren't given one, I just happen to have one anyway. They definitely don't give you a Moog Matriarch with your lunchbox. Sorry. You can just use the typing keyboard on your MacBook, which you do get from the lunchbox. And if you don't have it, get it quick. We'll need it for class. Yeah, so that's that. Evil Russian push-up program is going well. I'm on that awful day where I have to do 13 push-ups every 15 minutes. I've been doing them. Pain. Almost done. I'm at the home stretch now. I don't know. Am I swole or something? Yeah. I didn't do any before measurements, so it is what it is. But that's about it. I'm working on a song. Now that Song a Day is done for the month. Working on a song that uses the same drum pattern as Embers by Rez. I literally just listened to it, cloned it. Fun fact, you cannot copyright a drum pattern, so that's fun. So, any drum patterns you see artists making, you're like, I like that, just use it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing else. So, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you, maybe in a future video. So without further ado, God bless, take care of yourselves, and goodbye.